Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. So just you and me.
Yeah. A private meeting. Yeah. Oh, here's Moritz as well. The usual suspects. That's good. That's good. Good morning.
Hey there. Oh, I really need a coffee.
It's way too early here, yeah. This is 6 a.m. in the winter in Europe, so these are always hard for me. So what time is in Japan?
It's 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay, nice.
Yep. Yeah, it's really, like Asia Pacific friendly.
Yeah, that's what we strive for. I hoped in the beginning we will have much more people for APEC joining in, but that didn't happen a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Still,
I don't know. Yeah, but I think like Edge IoT devices. I think there would be a lot of user I mean, like Japan, China. I'm sure they are working on that. Maybe they don't know this working of. I don't know.
Yeah. So, any topics for today you would like to discuss?
Not exactly from me. I just
Okay.
we are excited to participate in the KubeCon. Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't get, let me see if that went out. Or not. Just give me a sec to take a look something. Where is it? So did you get your notification about KubeCon?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, I did too.
Yeah, so both of your proposals were accepted.
Nice.
Yep.
It will be a good event. So there was a lot of sessions we try to pick to get a good balance, so robotics, the industrial telcos, and a little bit of community updates and projects.
Oh, nice.
I think it will be a good event, so we can have it more in the future.
That's really cool.
How's your event going on, Moritz? Planning?
So pretty good so far. We're still like working on the Siemens guys, and I think our invitation mail will go out today or tomorrow. But yeah, it should be the 30th, I think, of March. But still, like, it's really small, so can be quite easily rescheduled, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's like the whole approach is quite interesting. That we have like different. I mean, we have guys from like Siemens and from Saint-Gobain and from Kubernetes as well. And just talking to them in the beginning and just talking to them about Edge is like so funny because like I mean, talk to Siemens guy or to a Bosch guy about Edge is like completely different thing about like talking to others and like, oh no.
Yeah.
You are not right.
Yeah, I mean, there's different perspectives. That's always that was always a challenge for this working group as well, right? So
yeah,
everybody coming and yeah, everything from on-premise computing to powerful devices is the edge, or like telco data centers. Everything is edge to someone. Yeah.
I mean, it really also depends on the use case, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, if you're like the guys who, I don't know, have these rent me bikes or something like that, where you have like these little chips in there, I can totally understand that is the edge, basically. On the other hand, I don't know, if you take, for example, industrial engineering, where you have like, I don't know, machines that cost up to, I don't know, $2 million or something like that. It really is like, oh yeah, I could like fit a whole data center in there. Fit like, I don't know, one machine with like, I don't know, power backup and multiple network connections and because my machine is $2 million and I don't want it to stop. So I can put a lot of hardware in there. And this becomes like a little data center, and you're just like, yeah, that's not the same.
to me, what always fit the most, so like on-premise computing is not new, right? People are doing it for decades. What I think, in my opinion, what differentiates edge computing from on-premise computing is to and then IoT devices and things like that is cloud native development. So trying to do the same development process both for the cloud and for the edge sites, and trying to make it like a seamless system overall, right? Not one and the
that
other.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's also like the biggest progress in the last few years regarding that, because like what I had, like I started with electrical engineering and then basically moved up into all this cloud stuff. And once you get to the point where you like build everything the same, it doesn't really matter what you build anymore.
Yeah.
So because everything is just a basic Docker image. So everybody, also my students and everybody I talk to is just like, oh man, that's really easy, because I just need like, I don't know, a REST or JSON interface, and then I do whatever I want behind that, and then I just build these services. And you're like, yeah, basically that's how you do
that's the idea.
Yeah. And it's really funny to see, because a lot of people now like moving into other industries because of that. Like you start with some kind of engineering task, and like all these crazy, I don't know, PLC or GPIO programming or whatnot, which of course is nice, but normally the manufacturing industry doesn't pay that well for programmers, because the scaling isn't that big normally. Like, I don't know, like a laser production machine, if they sell 100 of those per year, that's normally quite huge. So like a software developer on the other end doesn't have like this huge impact, if you know what I mean. Of course, if you go into like the cloud native area or the big data area, it's just like, so what I see happening is a lot of my students all go to like all these crazy, I don't know, consultancies or all these crazy software development startups, and you're just like, oh, come on, guys, just stay at the university.
Yeah.
So the brain drain is real.
Cool. I saw the other day, Tomoya, the cool automotive project from Sony. What's it called? Let me try.
Vision S.
Vision S, yeah.
Yeah, it's an automotive project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, but I don't know very much about that project, but
Yeah.
it just started. Yeah, we have the POC. I mean, like, I have never seen that in fresh.
Yeah.
So I don't know the like details, but like yeah. But I think the concept is like we can develop the sensor devices based on that prototype. So now, like we are trying to find the use cases based on that prototype, and we can adjust and develop new device for the next generation. So I think that's the logic for the business. I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got as well from the.
Yeah, but I mean, like including autonomous driving, some vendors are trying to use the Kubernetes, right? Like Toyota, Denso. Of course, we are. Yeah, so that's somewhere that Kubernetes can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a quick question, actually. So once it comes to the edge IoT devices, like we confirmed, like Raspberry Pi 4 and even the Raspberry Pi 3 can run Kubernetes. Of course, there is some like a CPU consumption, like 5-6% for the kubelet. But if we have to support much smaller platform compared to Raspberry Pi, what would you think we could use, like a KubeEdge or K3S? Have you been, like in there?
Not that much, but in theory, yes, and in theory also you can use. I mean, depending, do you need a full cluster there, or can you run just a container with some basic provisioning? So I know that people are experimenting with running just Docker or Podman on the edge, and then or just a kubelet, and then from that perspective, don't have much other stuff there. But yeah.
Actually, we would, if possible, we would like the full control for the cluster. So even that small edge device, if possible, it should be aware of the cluster. So yeah, I was thinking like maybe the KubeEdge. I already tried to use, and it's really optimized. I mean, like a memory footprint and a CPU consumption is pretty low. I mean, like even if the Raspberry Pi 3, it's almost none. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would work pretty well. Yeah. And then so the main difference between using KubeEdge or K3S is, do you need to your device to behave like a node or like a whole cluster? That's because K3S is scale down whole Kubernetes cluster that you can run on a smaller device. With KubeEdge, you have a centralized control plane, and then your devices are basically nodes, right?
Yeah, so actually the KubeEdge is like a small devices just shooting the sensing device up to the cloud, right? And that sensing data can be controlled in the cluster, but actually the edge device, they basically cannot be, like we cannot control the deployment. It's actually just shooting up this like sensing data from the edge to cloud. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's one more thing. It just popped up, popped up my head.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I mean,
That's why we're here.
yeah, there is, like you said, like there is not a lot of people to participate in this Asia Pacific time. So maybe, that's something like I can do is like there is like a meetup in Tokyo, like a Kubernetes, that's called Kubernetes meetup Tokyo. And I have been there for a few times. So maybe, if we would want more participants, maybe that's something I can do is I can, like introduce the working group to
Absolutely
in Tokyo. Yeah. Let me consider if I can do that. Yeah. I will, like if I have a plan, concrete plan, I will make contact with you.
Perfect.
Before the presentation, yeah.
Yeah, if you want us to do something there, I mean, give a brief presentation or something like that. That's doable.
Okay, sounds great.
For sure.
Yeah. Actually, the Kubernetes meetup Tokyo is kind of huge, like almost 500 people always there. So yeah, it's huge. So maybe that's something we want to expose.
Yeah.
To get more information and the part. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be great to see, if people are interested in doing. I'm sure they are. I mean, right, in the industry settings, in the IoT stuff, doing edge computing.
Exactly.
With Kubernetes.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
more
you.
idea, the better. Yeah.
Cool. So I don't know if you don't have any more topics, maybe we can adjourn for now.
Yep.
You going for breakfast?
Yeah. Start the day slowly.
I think you should. I think you should. Yeah.
Talk to you guys online.
Okay. Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.